When exploring how the lead elbow moves in swing, often looking at it from very much the kind of target, so the player's actually hitting towards the target in some ways, can be a very, very playful way of actually exploring kind of how that lead elbow can kind of move and swing. So showing the examples here of a very accomplished player, a very advanced player versus more a kind of an occasional player, we can then start to really see often what we can observe. Again, there's always caveats. There's always these exceptions. As we know, exceptions are exceptional, which is why they became exceptions. So this is very much anatomically, how they move through that lead shoulder, how they move through that lead hip, that lead foot, how they're kind of moving that rib cage and through, so how the wrist is moving. So this is very dependent also on just how that player is delivering the club, so in that very kind of colloquial definition, that release of the club kind of through the wrist. So there's a lot of dependencies on this, but typically when we look at how that lead elbow moves, this can be a wonderful example of almost the aspiration of then how we can move that kind of elbow through swing. So very much looking at it now from the kind of we are the target in some ways. You'll now start to see that red line being kind of traced and displayed on screen as shown by that circle on screen. So that red line is then very much tracing the three-dimensional path that kind of lead elbow moves on in swing. So as we start to move the downswing, you'll then start to see that orange path display on the screen. So often what we can start to see, again, there's always this exception, so that we allow for, but typically the path the elbow moves down on is almost absolutely aligned with the path it moved back on. So very much viewing it from, again, in some ways we are the target. We can then start to see the path the elbow moves back on is then very close to the path the elbow moves down on. And then expand on that further, the path it moves through on is often, loosely speaking, on top of, again, if we use that kind of initial elbow path it described and shown by that circle on screen, the path that initially moves back on can actually be a very good reference then, a comparable then, to actually then use it for then the path it moves through on. So as we start to move this kind of player through now, the kind of yellow path, again, is shown by that circle on screen, is almost parallel with and on top of that initial path and trace as shown again by that circle on screen displayed at start of backswing. So really what can we establish? Path it goes back on, very close to the path it comes down on, the path it moves through on is parallel and on top of the path that it started that initial phase in backswing. However, looking at a very typical movement often observed, say, in often occasional players or players who observe, say, for example, an issue with this kind of movement is, again, red line being backswing. We see the path in that downswing now quite notably kind of moving on top of or forwards, and also getting very steep, very kind of vertical in down. So again, it's shown by the steepness of that kind of orange line as we move downwards. And then as we start to move post impact, you'll see here how it tracks underneath and beneath then the path that initially starts backswing on. So let's then start to play with a reference we can use in that kind of very much that movement reference, that drill format in some way, to then start to explore and encourage movement through that kind of lead elbow through and post impact.